Hello and welcome back to Suspend Information. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And this time around, it was on Rooster Teeth, and now it's going to be on HBO Max, Genlock. It's a series that came out in 2019, actually, and there's only one season so far, but the second season is coming to HBO Max. So, welcome everybody. Let me take care of some business first, and we'll get down to it. Hey, Apple Crow, how's it going? Hopefully, you're not, I know you didn't lose any power, but hopefully, you're not freezing down there. Let me take care of some business first, then we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. Also, if you want to know when I'm be on live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule. I put it up every week. I actually just changed it up today. And I also have links to all my social media. So Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. No tier set up on the Patreon as of yet. Wait until I hit 1,000 subscribers. And I'm very, very close. 24 subscribers away. And that way, when you guys give me money, I can give you stuff in return. That's what the tiers are all going to be set up. Also, I have the links to this YouTube channel, my Facebook page, and for those of you who still have Facebook, a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. Apple Crow says, I remember the old red versus blue Makima. It's crazy how that blew up. Yeah. It's a beautiful spring day. Yeah. All right, everybody. So what in the hell is Genlock? I forgot that this existed, quite honestly. It's an animated series set 50 years in the future. And basically it involves giant mecha. So you have giant robots that are piloted by humans. And they are fighting against oppression, is pretty much what it is. And it takes place within the United States. But it has an international crew of people and also a very diverse crew of people. Michael B. Jordan is one of the voices. Dakota Fanning is one of the voices. Maisie Williams is one of the voices in this. So there are a lot of known people. Michael B. Jordan's one of the producers too. So he's a huge comic book fan and also just a huge nerd in general, which is great. And that's what's going on there. So, like I said, 50 years in the future at the time. So it's 2068 is when it takes place. And you basically have these guys called the Union that are trying to take over the world. And pretty much they're oppressing people too, is what's going on. So they're called, they're trying to, what's pushing back against them is a group called the Polity. And Genlock is the program that allows these people to pilot these giant robots, is what this is. So that's pretty much what the show is in a nutshell. Is it worth your time? Hell yes. If you like anime, if you like a good storyline, I'll granted the first episode was kind of like, I was wondering where it was going, but then it picked up and I was like, all right, I'm into this. By the second episode, it actually pays off. And it's not just, action battle after action battle after action battle, although there is plenty of action in it too. It does have some storyline going on as well. And it's actually a really good storyline too. And there's, I would say, almost an adult storyline going on here. In a way, I know people always go, it's animation, it doesn't have an adult storyline. Yeah, it does. It really does. Hey, word 789. But yes, it is worth your time. I would definitely recommend it. It's on HBO Max, the entire first season. You can go and watch it if you have it, and definitely give it a shot. I mean, I did, and I enjoyed it. So people are always looking for new stuff to watch too. So there you go. So now the spoiler alert time. Spoiler alert. I am going to spoil some stuff here. So if you haven't watched any of the episodes, go away. come back, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. And yeah, there we go. So yeah, the whole thing with the I guess you could say love triangle that happens. So Michael B. Jordan's character Julian, of course, ends up getting hurt really badly to the point where, I mean, he's lost a good majority of his body at this point. And Miranda has moved on as well at this point, with Leon. And this is 5 years after his, he supposedly dies, and then he comes back, and so you have that whole dynamic. And the thing is, at first Julian's not trying to be with her, but then he's like, if it'll happen, sure, why not? Let's see if it'll happen. But yeah, there's you got that going on, plus the reveal that he's a copy. The one that is in his body, the mind that is in his body is a copy of his mind, because his mind is actually with the Union, his real mind, I guess you could say. And I forgot to mention that David Tennant is also one of the voices in this too. He plays the doctor, the good doctor who's invented this process, Dr. Rufus Weller. And not everyone can get into this program. You actually have to have a certain makeup, if you will, and your consciousness is actually sent into the robot, so you can actually use it like you would your body. And then, of course, you can only stay for so long, because if you stay beyond a certain point, your consciousness gets trapped within the robot. And that's what happened to Julian. Yeah. In the first iteration, that's why his real mind is trapped in the body that got captured by the Union and warped. Essentially, he got tortured. Probably had pieces of his mind deleted, that kind of stuff. And they have to pull together an international group that can get into this Genlock program and help him, while also and fight the Union as well. So yeah, he's basically fighting against himself, which is also a good storyline too. So originally this series came out on Adult Swim back in 2019, and they said it was the most watched series on Adult Swim other than Dragon Ball Z, which is saying a lot. Dragon Ball Z is the top rated show on Adult Swim. It gets crazy views on that one. So having that kind of viewing audience is huge. And I didn't know Rooster Teeth actually had their own channel. I forgot about it. I heard about it and then I forgot about it. And I also forgot about this series. So having HBO pick it up, HBO Max picking this up after its first season is a godsend, because I'm not going to pay to, some, Rooster Teeth channel to watch one series. I was looking at what they have, and I'm not really, thrilled with it. I love though Genlock. Genlock is actually really good, really damn good. So definitely worth your time. And like I said, you got giant mecha fighting each other, and it's really kind of cool. But it's above Rick and Morty. Adult Swim wise, well, at the time, Word 789, Dragon Ball Z was the most watched thing on Adult Swim. So until Rick and Morty, yes. So sorry about that. Yes, that is the caveat right there. Rick and Morty is its own animal. I don't even consider them, part of the Adult Swim lineup, even though they are. It's its own thing, though. Yeah. Pen. Oh, you're liking that Tennant is in there, huh? Well, then I won't spoil something for you. Let's just say he's only in season 1. That's all I'm going to say. Well, I am in the spoiler portion of this anyway. Maisie Williams also plays Cammy, one of the recruits, and they're called Hollands, by the way. Um, and she uses her real accent, uh, which is awesome. Or I think, well, it's an Irish accent. If I remember correctly, Maisie is supposed to be Irish, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember offhand, but she has an Irish accent. She's supposed to be 19, a Scottish accent, excuse me, not Irish, Scottish accent, from Glasgow, and she's into anime and all this stuff, and it's pretty funny. She's the one that actually swears a lot, and they actually bleep out her swears because she's swears so much. Then of course you have the Japanese member of the series, um, Kazu Ida. Yes, is that right? Kazu Ida. He actually speaks nothing but Japanese, but everyone understands him because they all have translators that are in their heads or in their ears. I don't know exactly what. And then you have Valentina Romanov Romani Steisen is what it is. Romani Steisen. Russian, man. I can't get past it sometimes. And she's gender fluid, so we don't know, what kind of gender she is, which is interesting in a way. Well, gender fluid. So she actually admits that she changes her gender whenever she feels like it. And at that point in time that we meet her, she's a she. And yeah, so and then of course you have Julian as well. And then there's also Yasmin Madrani, who is actually part of the union, and she defected back to the polity because of reasons we don't understand. But also within the Genlock program, people can actually meld minds, if you will, and work together. But you have to share all your memories, essentially. And that is, of course, kind of violating. And of course, you can understand people would not really want to do this. But at the same time, if they do this, then they actually unlock a whole bunch of abilities that they didn't know they had, and it helps them fight better within the armor. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot of good stuff. People have thought this out. The guy who actually created this series is one of the voices too. He's the voice of Leon, and it's Gray Haddock is his name. And he cited a whole bunch, a litany of anime movies, TV shows that this is based off of, or not based off, but was kind of inspired in him to make this. And he did a damn good job, I have to admit it. Yes, there will be a Pacific Rim anime as well. Words, yes, on Netflix. Yeah. So, yeah, this is definitely worth your time. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, go and watch it. I mean, everyone's running out of stuff to watch anyway, right? So go ahead and take a look at it and tell me what you think in the comments down below. Think if it was worth your time. You can always watch the first couple episodes. They're only like half-hour episodes, something like that. And that was the other thing that was troubling on Adult Swim, is they were taking these episodes and chopping them down to 23 minutes so that they would fit on Adult Swim, with commercials and such. And so they were chopping up, they were chopping out some of the stuff in there. They're like 30 minutes, 33 minutes long, somewhere around there. And then, you chop out 10 minutes of that. That's a good portion of story right there. And it's really nothing that's wasted in this series. Come to think of it, when I'm thinking back on it, there really is nothing wasted in the story. There's no dead spots, if you will, where you're just kind of going, oh, come on with it. Or you're fast forwarding, just going, okay, what the fuck's next? You actually have some good stuff going on. So yeah, definitely looking forward to season 2. Season 2 is going to be on HBO Max. September of last year, they announced that the writers, they hired on some new writers, and that they are actually going to start working on this thing. Is HBO Max worth it? Words, considering that all the new movies are being released on there this year, everything in Warner Brothers. Yeah. I mean, $16 a month isn't that much, and you get to watch all that. Plus, there's a ton of series on there. All the DC Universe stuff is on there. What else is on there? They're basically releasing a whole bunch of shit on there. Yeah. All the Warner Brothers stuff is on there. So it's worth it. At least a lot more so than Netflix at the moment. Netflix, I mean, I don't really, I've been on Netflix right now and I'm like kind of looking through and I'm like, I really don't want to watch anything here. So that's why I went over to HBO Max and found that. That's the way it works. All right. So what else do I have going on this week? Well, tomorrow I'm off. Thursday is a new episode of Resident Alien, and hopefully it continues along this good streak. I mean, episode 4 was really good. I want to see what episode 5 is going to do. Friday is going to be the ever excellent WandaVision. Actually, it's the penultimate episode of WandaVision. We've only got 2 more episodes left. Saturday is Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any other genre stuff you guys want to talk about, and we talk about it. Sunday and Monday I'm off, and then we roll back around again on Tuesday to another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And I haven't figured out what I'm doing as of yet. I'll figure something out as I'm looking around. Yeah. Netflix has lackluster stuff like Beyond the Wire. They have a lot of bad stuff. Yes. Yeah. Mork, you made it to the end. Do you want me to rewind and tell you everything you missed? No? Okay, good. Your silence speaks volumes. So, see what I did there? Too late, Mark. She already answered no. So, that's it. Yeah. All righty. Thank you to everybody who joined me tonight in the chat, including Marks who came in at the end. And thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. Also, if you can, hit that like button and the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'm be on live again next, you hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there and all the links to my social media and all the links to my pages. Yes, Word789, I am going to be watching Invincible, and I'm going to be covering Invincible. Since Invincible is going to be dropping the first 3 episodes, they're hour-long episodes, by the way. There's 8 episodes for the first season, so they're going to be dropping the first 3 episodes, and then every Friday, I believe, afterwards, they're going to drop 1 episode a week. And I'm going to be covering that because I like the comic. The comic was good. The cast, the voice cast for Invincible looks incredible. And also the trailer was just phenomenal too. The trailer was actually really good. And again, if you go to Suspended Fanimation on Facebook, you'll see all that stuff I posted up there. Unless you don't have Facebook, and then I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. Yeah. All right, everybody. I'm going to let you guys go for the night. Thank you, everybody who joined me tonight. It's going to be gritty. That's why it's on Amazon Prime, Words. Yes. Thank you, everybody who joined me tonight in the chat. And thank you again. I will see you guys again on Thursday. Until then, where is Invincible airing? That is on Amazon Prime. Again, if you go to suspendedfanimation.com and take a look at the schedule, I have what's the future stuff that's coming up. And I even have where it's at, where it's coming up. I have it in parentheses right after it. And I also have the date for it too. Yeah. Thanks, Apple Crow. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you. I will see you again on Thursday. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may find out that the series that you've done for Rooster Teeth got picked up by HBO, and HBO is actually going to show your series. So it's all good news because it's getting to a wider audience. And that's a good thing. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again on Thursday. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care. And remember, wear those masks and take those vaccinations if you can get an appointment, because I sure can't. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you again on Thursday. Until then, have a good night. Thanks.